Okay, now we continue with the earlier component, that is about a transponder input output back power. We have said that a power amplifier available in a transponder, that is a solid state devices, SSPA, and a traveling wave tube amplifier, and it has having a limitations of a power handling capability. So now we need to know about how much is the maximum output power from this particular amplifier, so that your transponder output, we can find out it is to be operated in the saturation point. Now a saturated power amplifier, if you consider that, we need to know about how much is the output and what will be the operating power, and that operating power, it is in a non-linear region of the input output transfer curve, that is shown in this particular figure. Now it corresponds to the saturation point in the S curve. We are having the amplifier saturation point, amplifier operating point, and we can see that it is to be operated in this particular output saturated power and input saturated output power for this particular FDMA. Now we need to see that we are having, when we are using a FDMA there, so what will be a transponder output, and using those particular what we are having that output, what are the intermodulation distortions occurs in this particular FDMA there. So for that purpose we need to know about what will be the transponder. Transponder, already we say that it is operating in non-linear transponder, its output amplifier, and then we need to see that what are the intermodulation products. Now suppose here we are having in a figure, there are the multiple carriers you can have. These are the F1, F2, Fn, and we are having that output carriers with the intermodulation products at the output of what? A transponder. Transponder means what? In non-linear amplifier where we are having, and it generates, that is output carrier and a F1 plus F2, F1, F2, Fn, and their intermodulation products. Now, if you see that we are having that a amplifier, it generates a carrier and that IM product, and this amplifier, it behaves like a mixer, and it generates a sum and difference product of all the input pairs of the frequencies and their what we are having those harmonics here. So means we are having a Fn plus F2 likewise, or Fn minus F2 likewise. So we are having, these are about input carriers, and you can say that these are about the intermodulation products, and this is nothing but what we can say that is about it generates a sum and difference components. Now the IM products, those who are in the given signal band, act as an interference. Okay, within a given particular bandwidth, it acts as an interference, and it creates a noise. Means we can say that a performance of our communication channel degrades here. So if you see that input output characteristics of an amplifier, you can have that IM products, or we can say that earlier diagram, we can say that your amplifier operate in the saturation point of amplifier output point, and this saturation point we are having. Now we are having a transponder output. We can consider that two input carriers and the output containing the original carriers and a several intermodulation products. We are having the two carrier are a several intermodulation, and this one we can have a output with a intermodulation. To avoid this intermodulation product, we need to use the amplifier which is operated in the linear region, so that IM can be reduced. We can have a particular bandwidth, particular band, and we can say that it is to be operated in the linear region. That's why we need to know about how much is the total input power to the transponder, okay, so that there won't be any intermodulation product, So how much is the power, maximum power that is to be limited there. And a transmitted power, we are having a strictly to the specific power limit. So we need to control how much is the power there. And if we increase those powers, then the IM will be increased. Means we are having, if we violate the rule of output power, then we can have a maximum power, and we are having that a intermodulation component, intermodulation products there. Now we can have these distortions occur, and to avoid this distortion, we need to consider that a common problem of what we are having a device at a output power, it generates a output power one within particular period of a time, period of a value. So that's why if you see the figure, earlier figure, we are having a transponder output power, we are having, it is to be operating amplifier in a saturation point, and we are having this particular amplifier operating point O. So we are having a transponder is to be operate in this back of period, back of output. We are having that saturated point and the operating amplifier operating point. We are having that input power operating point and a input amplifier saturation point. So output back off is achieved by the input back off. We are having, this one is about output, so we can have achieved using this input back off. Now if we reduce the power, okay, so we are having, if we reduce the power, then we can have a reduction in the what, a carrier to noise ratio. So means we can achieve that that much particular carrier to noise ratio, and this in turn we can reduces the channel capacity as the total bandwidth of the channel. Okay, so that will limit whatever the noise we are having in the system there. Now if we reduce the power, so then we can further reduce the bandwidth. So means that is the drawback of a FDMA system. So they are having the power limitations, because we are having the intermodulation products, and we are having, we can have increase the power, we are having IM product, it reduces the power, so we are having the noise in the system and it reduces the bandwidth there. Then the output power from the transponder after the back off is divided between the downlink carrier proportional to their bandwidth, whatever we are having operating in this particular region, and we can find out how much is the output power using this, whatever the carriers we are having. Now the power transmission from the earth station to the transponder is different, and we are having the power transmitted from the transponder to the earth station is different. We can have a transmitted power from the earth station, we can access through the transponder, but if you consider that a power transmission from the transponder to the earth station, we are having the different specific downlink channels and a uplink channel there. So we are having the different scheme of a power transmission there. So with this we can find out what are the limitations of this FDMA. It is having inefficient use of a spectrum, because we are having each and every channels are separated by the guard band, so we can have wastage of a spectrum due to the guard band. We can have a power limitations, because if we increase the power, so there will be a intermodulation products, so we can decrease the power, and if you decrease the power, then your utilized spectrum will be reduced, so we can have a limitations regarding the spectrum there. If we are having the multiple carrier, so then our system is to be operating in a linear mode, so it requires a low power transmission. Intermodulation product generated when operated in a non-linear region, or we are having the power backup reduces system capacity, because input power reduces within operating in the output backup power, So that's why the system capacity reduces there. Linear operation amplifies strict power control of each user. So then if we go for the output and all, so then your system will be a complex, because a separate transmitter and receiver required for each carrier. So your system will becomes complex there. System is not flexible with dynamic traffic, because the capacity of carriers cannot be modified easily, and we need a filter, okay, for the given particular bandwidth, because channel changes, so bandwidth changes. So that's why your system is to be accommodated with the varying bandwidth. So that's why system is not flexible in this FDMA. Then the applications, we can use a FDMA. Okay, so we are having FM, SCPC, FDMA in early Intelsat SCPC system. Individual FM carrier carrying a single voice channels and accessing satellite in FDMA mode. That is the analog one. Then we are having a PCM, PSK, FDMA in Intel satellite speed system, single channel per carrier system. And we are having the voice channels are PCM coded and modulated on the PSK carrier, accessing satellite in FDMA. So these are this one is the portion of what we can have. Okay, a station in what? That is in a digital one. So now typical earth station equipment we are having for the FDMA, uplink equipment. So we have seen earlier in the same portion in model 2, that is about the earth station equipment. We are having a terrestrial interface, whether it is a analog or digital. So we can have, according to that, we can use a PSK, FM, FDMA there, or we are having the PCM, TDM, FDM there, if it is a digital one. Now we can have a system of the earth station equipment, and we can have a terrestrial interface. In this component we are having the PCM, FDM, uplink equipment. Then we are having this FDM, then a transponder, we are having a transmitter. Okay, you can have the figure, you can consider that that is to be used for the digital modulation system. A transmit chain we are having operate in this given particular period of a time. Okay, so we can consider that a transmit chain shown comprises of a terrestrial interface equipment. It is having the multiplex equipment. We are having a baseband processing equipment. Okay, then we are having a transponder, okay, modulator. We are having, okay, we are having a modulator there. Then a frequency translator, and we require a filter there for the output there. If we are having the analog one, so this one change for digital. This one is about the PCM, TDM, FDMA there. If analog, we can use FDM multiplexer with FM modulator, and for the digital we are using a TDM multiplexer and a QPSK modulator there. Now we can have the modulator. We say that earlier, for a given example, it is to be operating in 70 MHz. The modulated carriers are translated in proper frequency in the IF spectrum. So we can have a utilization of a spectrum for the given analog as well as the digital form. We are having a bandpass. We can have a filter. Okay, bandpass channel filters used for spectral shaping and have a different center frequencies and a different bandwidth. So we can consider that all these are combined. So we are having the IF combined panel. So we are having the filter there. So for a specific channel, so that we can say that bandpass filter, and we are combine all the power, all the channels. That is about the IF combination. Then we can use a up converter to increase, if we are using from the earth station equipment for FDMA, that is uplink. So means whatever the power we are combining here, so we can uplink our channel. So we require a up converter there, and that up converter consists of a local oscillator and a power amplifier, and that is a part of your RF transmitter module.